Is that a gang sign?
Oh, like you don't know what it is.
In 2014, Jim Carrey burst onto Jimmy Kimmel preaching about the Illuminati.
I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati.
Mocking them and ridiculing their practices.
For years now, talk show hosts, people on television have been hired by the government to throw you off the track.
A year after this, in September 2015, Jim's girlfriend passed away, which was ruled as self-inflicted. But some conspiracists think otherwise. On top of this, Jim was blamed.
A new lawsuit facing Jim Carrey. The actor's being accused of illegally obtaining and giving his former girlfriend the painkillers she later used to take her own life.
Which is just truly heartbreaking. He's lost someone and that's how he spun. Carrey continued to show his hatred and disgust with Hollywood.
Hollywood is just spineless, en masse. This is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore.
With ever-emerging bombshells about dark practices and scandals, was Jim Carrey trying to warn us?
It's not our world.
None of this is real?
We don't matter.
As the comic who once tried to break into Hollywood is now trying to break out by any means.
I don't exist. Jim Carrey was a character. I played the guy that was free from concern so that people who watched me would be free from concern.
Claiming there's some things we may become too afraid to know.
They get out there in the woods in a circle naked and they decide these things.
So how did we get from fun-loving pet detective to one that seems to be on the verge of telling everything?
I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join.
Jim Carrey got his first big break in the 90s show In Living Color.
I've come to warn your crew of their enslavement aboard this vessel.
That's poppycock. These people are perfectly free to do anything they like.
After previously being rejected from Saturday Night Live.
People like post-nuclear Elvis.
He would rise to fame and make the role of Ace Ventura extremely famous, where everyone claims that the script was so bad, without Jim Carrey, it would have been a box office bomb.
That's what you slipped in. That's what was on your shoe. And that explains the abrasion on your palm. Let me run that back for you.
I remember watching films as a child and I would only ever catch the advert on a Jumanji video. To this day, I don't know if the film is as good as everyone says it is.
Discover the animal within.
Jim Carrey would go on to star in countless comedies, but one film in particular that really stood out to me, that I watched recently and I would recommend, is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which came out in 2004.
I'd like to take you out or something.
You're married.
Not yet. Not married.
The film follows a couple who are so heartbroken, they get their minds erased to forget one another, to escape the never-ending emotions. But more importantly, it showed the serious side to Jim Carrey.
I'm not perfect.
I can't see anything that I don't like about you.
But you will. You will think of things. And I'll get bored with you and feel trapped because that's what happens with me.
Okay.
Could this have been a deeper dive into Jim Carrey's internal conflicts? You know, when he's not being the funny man we all love, who is he? During an interview, he actually revealed this.
You struggled with depression from time to time. I was on Prozac for a long time. I had to get off at a certain point because I realized that everything's just okay.
In 2013, Jim Carrey would star in Kick-Ass 2, playing Colonel Stars and Stripes.
Colonel, you're ex-mafia, for Christ's sake.
Yo, don't take the Lord's name in vain.
At the time, this film was massive. Kick-Ass 1 was like the first film I saw which combined comedy, violence, and superhero antics.
Come on, man. Bring it on.
But behind the scenes, Carrey was having a more spiritual awakening, and perhaps his distance from Hollywood began as he refused to promote the film, putting out several tweets denouncing it and hating the violence, which annoyed his co-stars.
He read the script and he understood what he was doing, and he made the movie, and we didn't change the script midway through. I back up every project I do wholeheartedly, and if I read the script and I make the movie, I don't ever renege.
Carrey would go on to star in Dumb and Dumber 2, a film which made the actor. But it was during this promotion that he got on Jimmy Kimmel and did the unforgettable.
Is that a gang sign?
Oh, like you don't know what it is.
Kimmy acted like he didn't know what Jim was talking about.
You don't know, Jimmy Fallon doesn't know, David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is.
Almost insisting that it's a secret that shouldn't be spoken, something that should remain hidden.
What is it?
Come on, Jimmy. The time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff.
Then he said this.
And they get out there in the woods in a circle naked and they decide these things.
Now, normally most of the time, people would just say he's chatting waffle, but over the years, we've got information from people such as Leah Remini, who was stuck in Scientology, who announced some of their dangerous practices.
I don't know other churches that demand to destroy people's lives if they leave and speak speak out publicly against it. It actually has doctrine that says find out what's important to them and go after it.
The scariest thing about this entire segment was that several people have commented on YouTube that they were in the crowd and nobody was actually laughing. This could be lies, but if true, would mean that the laugh track was added after.
Just gotta get this. And yeah, listen, I'm in the middle of blowing the lid off some...
The following year, tragedy would strike Jim Carrey.
ET has confirmed the comedian's 28-year-old on and off girlfriend has died of a possible overdose. Law enforcement tells us a note was left at the scene.
This is a disclaimer warning for self-harm. It said that Carrey's girlfriend took tablets which he got her earlier and left a note. Jim was then accused of trying to cover up her passing and was sued by her family.
The suit also alleges Carrey tried to cover up his involvement by sending her a text message after he knew she was dead.
Jim countered this lawsuit and won. Now, some have speculated that this was revenge for Jim making a bold move on national television. Others see it as untimely. Regardless, may she rest in peace and respect be given to her family.
The suit claims that after she tested positive for STDs, she confronted Carrey and he immediately dumped her. She took her life 1 week later.
This doesn't look like there was any Illuminati involvement, so in my opinion, the theorists were wrong on that. Following this, Jim Carrey would continue to denounce Hollywood, and in 2017, he went all out.
I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join.
Feeling like the crowd he was a part of wasn't anything to be proud of.
They say they're celebrating icons.
Boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming possibility that we could come up with.
Carrey has distanced himself from his life work as he enters a new spiritual path.
Don't get me wrong, Jim Carrey is a great character, and I was lucky to get the part. But I don't think of that as me anymore.
Speaking out on issues that matter to him, like condemning violence. This is what he said after the Will Smith Oscar slap.
I'd have announced that I was suing Will for $200 million.
Almost warning us that this is the end of Hollywood as we know it.
This is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore.
Going back to the roots of entertaining through his paintings, NFT collection, and a continued top-tier performance as Dr. Robotnik in the Sonic Films franchise.
It says on the top banana, in a world full of hungry little monkeys.
What do you think of Jim Carrey? Do you consider him a hero? Follow me on Markndrew 2024 for a behind-the-scenes look at my life and my takes on pop culture. Hit follow and join the family.